Is the June gap finally over? Hello, I'm Griffiths, looking to Winnie Griffith. Here we talk everything beekeeping, farming, countryside living, and we do reviews as well. Now I'm down on still the secret site by the lake. We haven't done a press release or nothing in the meantime yet, so it's still secret for now. And we've got the bees just in there. And without even opening the hive up, I think the June gap is over here as well. We checked some hives last night and there's a little bit of honey in the hives. And these are busy. I don't know if you can pick up the sound here, but they are busy. They are really going for it. And it is the clover that's giving at the minute. Very light honey. Now let's look at some bramble. The bramble is not in flower there yet. What's the date? Let's check the phone here. It's the 15th of June, 11:30. So the bramble is not given yet, but the clover most certainly is. So I'm looking forward to going through these hives, because all these were last year's nukes that we overwintered, and they've been down here. They haven't had much attention really. Swarming wise, quite low risk for these, but not impossible. But yeah, we're going to do a full disease inspection today, see what they look like, see if they need more boxes, because I have come prepared. I've actually got 2 hive stands that we're going to put up here today. We're going to bump the numbers up. 12 isn't quite enough. And we've got back full of supers. That's a Thorns super. We got a Pains one. But most of them are these brand new Swanty supers. Manly frames. I think we've built about 30 of these so far this year. And you can't beat the poly kit if you're desperate on time. Just to build supers, get them out there. The polystyrene takes like 20 seconds to build, even less, where the timber one does take a bit longer. Obviously, pros and cons of polystyrene versus wood. Click the link there to watch that video. But for maximum speed, now get these new supers on, I went with polystyrene. And if you don't know, we actually sell Swanty hives on the website, shipping UK wide. So that's that. I'm gonna put my suit on. I'll get the GoPro rig up on the chest, and we'll see what bees are looking like. Plenty of young brood, but this hive hasn't mortared on at all. You can tell they haven't been on the end frames at all, so maybe these did swarm, but they're back laying again. Loads of bees on the frames. Bit more sealed brood there, bees carrying pollen. Everything looking pretty healthy. Little bit of fresh honey coming in, yeah. We just need some really good weather now. Yeah, so I didn't see the queen. The queen was marked. She is obviously laying, so this may have swarmed, which I think is what's happened, yeah, unfortunately. But the queen is back laying. There's lots of bees in here. They're not going to peak for another 4 weeks, so hopefully they'll still be able to get a bit of bramble in. It's nowhere near flowering here at the minute. At least 2 weeks off again down here, so they can build it up a little bit on the clover, take advantage of the bramble and the balsam. We will get a bit of honey from this hive, but not amazing. Bit better result on this one, so I can swoop it up. Over half the frames are covering in bees, which classifies or qualifies them for a third super today, which is good. So you can see by the colour of this hive, they were very black. Welsh black bees. They have obviously swarmed, but they've requeened. Things are looking good there again, but the honey cloth from there is not looking good. This is how we like to see them. Young nuke, grown up. It is, what did I say, 15th of June. So these were put into a full-size hive. We'll have to check the video, but I'm guessing end of April, start of May. So these are building up pretty good. This is what I'm hoping to see on the majority of these hives. So let's go down into it. Not much honey there, just bees. As anticipated with the June gap we've had. Bees a bit aggressive. No surprise considering they haven't had much to do. So let's have a look at the super frame. See if we've got a bit of spring honey left in here, or see if they've got a bit of clover coming in. Tiny bit coming in on the edge. Hardly nothing though. Okay. Plenty of bees in here though. Again, they haven't taken advantage of the whole box. 1, 2, 3 frames left in the box, which they haven't touched at all. A mistake I done on this side. I didn't feed these bees enough when they came down here. Won't be making that mistake again. Put a nuke in a full-size hive and give them plenty of feed. Never skimp on it, because I'm paying the price for that now. Strong hive. Brood looking good. No queen cells. Another full frame. Bees carrying pollen. Plenty of yellow pollen coming in here. Well, they're definitely not going to swarm. I mean, I'd be very surprised if this hive tries to swarm later on. Hopefully they can just keep building up the strength. If all these bees hatch out here now in the next 2 to 3 weeks, these hopefully will peak mid-flow on the bramble. Yeah, queen's laying really good. I don't need to see any more than that. These are doing much better. These should produce a crop of honey. It's not going to be a ridiculously big crop, but looking at the frames there, 1, 2, 3, 4, which they haven't reached, that's not really a bad thing. That should stop these bees from swarming, make them feel like they got plenty of space. There's plenty of bees in these 2 boxes. These will peak, I think, at the correct time, smack bang during the bramble flow, and I think these are going to do really well. I'm going to give these another super now and check on them again in a week, and hopefully, if the flow increases and the weather holds pretty good, they'll need another box. So hopefully more of the same from these young nukes, even though they're not nukes anymore. Well, we got, yeah, 1, 2, 3 supers. Looking good. Bit on the aggressive side. No honey there. As expected, but these are strong. Takes a huge amount of honey to maintain strength of hives this big. Let's see if something's trickling in. Tiny bit of honey coming in, very light, guaranteed clover. Tiny bit just around the edges. They have found a little bit. A good week off again before anything considerable is going to come in. Yeah, this is how I was expecting all of them to be. But with livestock, it's not always easy. And they've still left 3 frames untouched. That's purely down the lack of feeding right at the start. Bit of pollen, tiny bit of nectar coming in. Onto some brood, plenty of eggs. More eggs in the middle of the frame. Oh, the box is full of bees, considering there's 3 frames in here which they haven't laid up at all. I mean, look at that. And keep these bees together, they will produce a good crop. Hopefully we don't find any queen cells. Ooh yeah, look at that frame of brood. This is what they're supposed to look like. Lovely. Yeah, more the same. Not a queen cell in sight. You can guess what the colour of these. These are buckfast. And they are less swarmy than other types of bees. But they will swarm on you. When you've got bees like this, just makes everything easier. You're not pressured on your weekly inspections all the time. Might as well go through this whole box for the video, and we'll finish that video there then. Inspecting hives, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, and we've seen the same on pretty much all the sites. Not a queen cell in sight, just plenty of bees, plenty of brood, just what we need. Lots of drone. Brood on that side, more worker brood on this side. Wow, look at this. Full of brood again. Oh, if these bees get a good flow, they're gonna do well. And hopefully, since they've got 3 empty frames in here, they won't want to swarm this year. That's what I'm hoping for. That was obviously a bit of foundation or wild comb they were building. I threw up there for them to get all the honey off, and they're still there. So, one, 2 supers on. Bees are obviously right up in the top box. Tiny bit of weight, nothing special. Missing some frames in this super, so we'll sort that out today. Tiny bit of nectar coming in, just starting. 1 frame short there, we'll sort that out after inspecting. And that's what they do. When you frame short, they build wild comb in any extra gap that they get. Similar to the other hives, 1, 2, 3, roughly 4 frames they haven't touched. Let's get into some brood. Lovely solid brood pattern. Couple of weeks off, really exploding these hives. Right, we'll make some room. I want to really check these out. Make sure there's no queen cells. Just check that frame. Now these bees are quiet, non-aggressive. There's the queen. Last year's queen, last year's nuke. Put that frame back in there, don't want to damage her. Laying up all the frames. Looking good. More of the same. Brood and everywhere there's a hole, there are fresh eggs. So it's queens on the ball. Now a lot of these hives are looking better. Some are bad. So far 2 has swarmed. 1 has managed to requeen and mate successfully. The other one I just gave it eggs down there. But pretty much everything I'm adding a super on because they've got the bees to fill them. Now last thing I want now, these bees to swarm right now at the peak of the main flow. So as long as I can keep them looking like this, we're going to do okay. But of course, we need the weather to be with us as well. Big frames of brood like this means nothing if the bees can't get out and actually work because of the weather. So far, so good. This is hive number 10 out of 12. They're pretty much all looking like this, apart from 2, which is down my fault entirely because I haven't had the time to get down these bees like I should be. But this is the last year that is going to happen, so we've got some big news to declare next month's video, which should help our beekeeping operation massively and hopefully increase the amount of nukes I've got to sell and how much honey we produce, because I can be on the ball a bit more. So yeah, that's pretty good. These are going to get another super, so they'll have 3 on, and we'll come back next week and hopefully, like the rest of them or most of them, they will need another super as well. So that needs another super frame, and I'll grab another super, close this one up. Well, that's it for this inspection. Things were looking pretty good considering. Supers giving a most these hives, and considering a few weeks ago they were a 6 frame nuke, how many bees they've built up, they've done okay. I say okay because it could have been a lot better. If I had more time and I was more on the ball, these bees would be looking pretty good, and the 2 that swarmed, they wouldn't have had the chance to swarm. But there we go, that's beekeeping for you. But like I mentioned there quickly, next month we've got a video going out. Big news for us, or big news for me anyway, and hopefully that's going to resolve my time issue of not being able to get around the bees as much as what I've liked done this year. This year has been probably lost more swarms this year than any other year, purely down to time, and I got to sort that out, and I've pretty much sorted it out, but I want to put that in a new video highlighting that decision and everything. I'm pretty sure you can guess what it is, but yeah, next year it's going to look a lot better. But 12 hives down there, or 12 nukes turned into hives. 2 has swarmed, 1 has requeened, 1 is still queenless. I mean, that is pretty good averages. I think if every hive or every site was like that, I don't think I'd bother inspecting them at all to stop swarming. I just let that 10 to 15% go and just add supers on the rest. But nonetheless, the older the hives go, the older the bees or the queen is, the more likely they are to swarm, and that percentage of swarming increases and the risk increases as well. So that's it for this video. Still no big summer flow on, but it is just starting to trickle. But you know, weather's still not great. It's overcast, it's dry, it's warmish. I'm in my Apex Air suit, feeling the breeze. So yeah, didn't get stung at all. These suits are pretty sting proof. But yeah, weather's not warm. We're not really getting the weather we want to at the minute. That's the biggest problem we've got. Oh. So, quick sip of water, and I'm going to build these hive stands in there, and we'll move probably move 4 nukes down here, and hopefully they'll winter down here pretty well. But as long as you get the weather though, the bees in there are going to do pretty good. There's plenty of forage here from, it's just not quite in flower yet. And that's it for this video. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and don't forget, if you like this video and you want to watch more of the same kind of content, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I try my best to upload new videos every week. Thanks for watching.